Okay, my name is Eduardo Gurdian. I'm the sixth generation of coffee farming. I'm agronomist. My background is agriculture engineer from University of Honduras called Zamorano, and I have been working in agriculture since 25 years, and I focus on coffee production since 20 years ago. Yeah. Our main purpose every year is that we need to renew some coffee plots. Okay, we plant new coffee varieties that are resistant against the coffee rust, as well that they improve quality on cup, and as well that they are more productive. So here in Hacienda Pilas we have around 21 coffee varieties. We have been testing these varieties already for 5 to 10 years, some others. Every year we renew around 4% of our area. So our goal is that that plot will be on production for 25 years. One of the main purpose that our clients want from us is that we decrease the agrochemical inputs. One among them is the herbicides. The herbicides are used for controlling the weeds, okay? But we are looking for new technologies for decreasing those herbicides use, okay, inputs. One of them are the cover crops. That's the one that I show you here. This is called Canavalia. This is an experiment with the Universidad of Costa Rica, the Costa Rican University of Agriculture. And we are testing different type of cover crops. They help us to keep the moisture, to avoid using herbicides, and as well to attract pollinators. So it's a way, it's technology for decreasing the use of agrochemical input. For us, it's important when we wait for the coffee blooming, for the coffee flowering, to put honey hives, bee hives, okay? So, but we need to give food to these bee hives before the coffee blooming. So we plant as well with the, on the plots with the shading trees, some species, some trees that flower before the coffee for giving food or nectar to the honeybees. For example, those trees we saw there, the yellow ones, that is called vainillo, they flower in January, and the ones behind are called laurel, and they will flower in February, March. So we give nectar, we give food to those honeybees to increase the hive population. So we start a hive from 20,000 bees to 60,000 bees for helping the fruit set. One of the main purposes when we renew the coffee plantation is to learn and to measure which varieties are better for our farm. One, for example, is this one, is the yellow ovata. This variety is resistant against rust, and as well, it has the advantage that the beans ripes are the last coffee variety that ripes. It ripes until January. So what is good about this? Nowadays, it's not easy to have good people picking coffee. So they help us to divide our farm, where to pick first, where do we pick at the end. So for example, we pick at the end our ovata. This plantation, we planted in 2021. We start like the one that I showed you before, like the trees is small, isn't it? With this kind of legumes trees, very small. Already when they reach like 2 to 3 years, we have this size of tree. So they help us to protect against the wind, against the rainfall, the coffee cherries, and as well, they give us leaf mulch. This leaf mulch is very important for us because it helps us to keep moisture, and as well, they protect it against the weeds. And this will increase as well on the time the organic matter on the soil. This is one of my favorite variety. This is called Centroamericano, and it's grafted over Inemaya. Inemaya is a type of Robusta that have very strong roots as well. They are resistant against nematodes, against melodogeny. That is a very important plague of the coffee root. They will be resistant or resilient against the climate crisis. If it's a very long dry season, these roots are very deep, and they will help the coffee to keep it strong, to keep it vigorous, and to keep a very good production. As well, it have a very, very good cup. This is one of the varieties that we can reach 86 to 87. They produce around 50 to 70 bags per hectare. Already on the ripe season, on the harvest season, and if it rains, many other varieties, the fruit will drop. On this variety, you have the advantage that it's so vigorous, it has so many leaves. It protects the cherry as well against the rainfall, against the dry season, and it will keep the cherries. It will keep it on the branches, so it's more easy to pick it up. Not like other varieties that if it rains, it will drop on the ground, and the picker must stop and pick up the cherries. On this type of trees, it keeps the cherries on the branches, and it's more easy for the picking of the coffee. Those leaves, we need to remember that they are the factory of sugars, and these sugars will be transported to our cherries, so it will enhance as well the cup. One of the most important practices on coffee production, in coffee farming, is to stump or prune the coffee trees. Why? Because sometimes already the coffee tissue, the coffee branches are too old, so that the production starts to decrease. So we have cycles of a stump or pruning from 3 to 5 years. Some plots in 3 years, some other plots on 5 years. That's the cycle. Why is different? Because it depends on the soils, depends on the farm conditions of that plot, and depends on the variety. On this variety, on the Centroamericano, we are stumping on a cycle of 3. Okay? So what we do is that we stump the trunk when it's already too old or it's already too high for the pickers to reach the cherries. We stump at 90 centimeters over the soil. We stump here, and after 2 to 3 months, it will start growing a lot of new branches, and we will select and we will grow 2 new branches from that trunk. You can see here on this new coffee branch, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 nodes, and from these nodes they are already growing the new flowers. Now, after the rain season, after the dry season, when it comes the rains, they will bloom, and it will appear like 15 to 20 new cherries. Once you understand which are the best varieties, which are the ones that are more productive, the ones that have a better cup, it's important that the farmer starts to know which are their clients, and their clients start knowing which are the coffee farmers, and to have a better and direct relation between them, so the farmer can have a better and a fair coffee price for the product, and the farmer can work on those quality and enhance that quality, and to know their clients and have that direct communication. So it's a win-to-win relation. Okay, that's called traceability. The client must know where their coffee comes from, what are the efforts that a farmer is doing to grow coffee, what are the risks, what are the hard works that they make daily, that is out of the commodity.